All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, Text Notification Squad. Go ahead and refresh. That thumbnail is updated. I hope you all are doing well tonight. Lotus, if this is your first time catching a live, you have just revealed that you are not a part of the text notification squad. Hello, Fila. Hello, text notification squad. Tam Tam, I hope your birthday was great. Welcome in, everybody. We have 90 seconds until showtime. I'm seeing a lot of you saw this video, so this is going to be a great discussion. And I'm looking forward to jumping into it with you. For those of you who are here, if you're not a part of the text notification squad, go ahead and support one of your favorite creators by $1.99 a month. $22 for the year. Support. That's to New York. Support. Yeah, so $22 for the year, $50 a year if you're international, and get a text notification 15 minutes before we go live. 57-second countdown. I'll see you all in a moment. Into my room. Hey! 20, 19, 18. Ow! Come on, y'all. Bust that groove. Squat down low. Stand up high. Look a person right in their eye and say, you got this. Get on up. Ow! And shake the butt. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, welcome in, everybody. Welcome. We were just grooving backstage as we were getting this party started. All right, let's go ahead and go live on Twitter, live on LinkedIn, and live on Facebook. Let's go ahead and update all of this and get ourselves live. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. I am your host, Tonya TKO. And you know, today, as you see from the title of this video, we are going to be talking about Kevin Samuels and his kittens being roasted by Ryan Davis. Where's my captions for the hearing impaired? There we go. They're down at the bottom now. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome. You know, we're not going to take too much time setting up the video. For those of you who don't know me, and this is your first time here, I am your host, Tonya TKO. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. And we use viral topics to discuss self-love in our own lives. And you all remember Kevin Samuels. He was the one who did that video, You're Average at Best, so you're this, that, your other. Oh, yes. And then he went viral for that. So we spent we had a few videos about him. And it seemed like, for the most part, far too many men. I mean, look, we'll do a survey real quick. How many of you have heard guys in your own life creeping up with these Kevin Samuel isms and talking about high value males and as if men needed larger egos, coming out and talking about how you need to be happy and thankful that he breathed in your direction. A lot of mercy. Ay, a lot of mercy. Listen, I'm gonna let this come up here real quick. Go ahead and put up the number 2 if you have seen that in your own life. Yes, I want to hear that. All right, thank you all. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy. For those of you who are saying that I look great and I look wonderful, I am wearing my vegan makeup, and I am going to be offering that for Christmas this year. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm waiting for this survey. There's a little bit of a delay. So if you've seen this in your private life, creeping up offline, it's like, and you know that they've been listening. There go the numbers right there. Exactly. Men that that you've had relationships with or related to, and then all of a sudden they start talking about high value this, high value that. And we have already done videos exposing. You can search for dude's name in my video list and you will see there was a high value Dusty on Twitter who just moments before was talking about how broke he was. Then he made posts empowered by this dude talking about how he's look, go just search for the videos. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Oh my God, cult of dust. Listen. All right, here, let's jump in. All right. For those of you who don't know Ryan Davis, I'm not really sure how much to say about him, except I've seen some of his videos pop up, and he does like comedic skits. That's all I can really say about it. All right, let's go forward.
I decided to do a 2-part series on Kevin Samuels. And I couldn't even get started because as soon as I posted this picture of him, niggas started attacking me. Why are you using that picture? Why in the world are you attacking the Godfather? Why in the world do you got something negative to say about Kevin Samuels? You a simp. You a hater. You clout chasing. I haven't said a single word about this nigga yet, and y'all are ready to attack me because you think I might say something negative about your daddy. That's right, your daddy. You know, father figure, having ass niggas who look to this man that you don't know to speak for you, and you just rah-rah cheering behind them. Now, it's a lot of us men, right, who's out here handling our business, doing what we have to do, who have had an issue with women not being accountable. If you look, last year, I made a post saying that all these billions of people on social media, all these pages, and no...
Hold on, I gotta zoom it back out. I don't want to stop the video because you all complain. So I'm not going to stop the video. I'm just going to, I got to shrink it so that you can see the full context of what he's talking about. And we'll talk about that after because I have some comments on that.
It's specializing in showing women accountability. Taraji P Henson, who was very pro-woman, and Jill Scott, who was very pro-woman, agreed with me. And people attacked Jill Scott for agreeing with me on the post. Nobody has an issue with holding women accountable. So when Kevin Samuels came forward, it was a breath of fresh air to me. But what I didn't realize is how many bitch-ass niggas he was going to empower. All these niggas, if you ever see Kevin Samuels go live, just look at the live feed comments. Soon as a woman pop up, oh, she a 2. She don't deserve a man. Oh, she probably got 100 kids, whatever. All these no pussy getting ass niggas who ain't never had the bravery to speak to a woman can't do nothing but talk shit when Kevin is talking to these women. And us men who are handling our business and doing our shit, come on, be honest. We know these niggas. We know who these niggas are. They're the same niggas that troll us in our comment section. And all I'm saying is it doesn't matter if Kevin is doing a service, because if he create 3 angels in women by teaching them to be accountable, but in the end create 1,000 monster ass niggas that's ready to disrespect women on the back end, it's hurting what he's trying to do. Why the fuck does it even bother you that I use this picture? Oh, he looks gay in that picture. Oh, that's why you're using it. Want me to use this picture? What about this picture? Maybe I should use this picture. The reason it doesn't matter what picture I use, because Kevin Samuels looks gay. He's not gay. The singer Neo had the same issue. He would take all kinds of pictures that make people question his sexuality. When men are raised by women and they don't have any male influence whatsoever around them, they tend to take some zesty ass photos. But Neo is married with children happily. This nigga's fine. Kevin Samuels been married twice. He has a child. That nigga's fine. But you niggas is so scared of me saying something negative about your daddy. Because you ain't have no man to look up to. And now you seeing somebody stand up, you know what I mean, to women like you couldn't do. Now all of a sudden you want to rally behind them. You know the most dangerous thing in the world for a woman is a man. The thing that hurts women more than anything in this world are men. That's why women continuously say protect black women. Look at the significant amount of black women who are sexually touched by somebody they know or someone in their family when they're young. The number is significant. Or the story about the black woman in New York who just wanted to grab a bottle of wine after work and a dude offered to pay for it. She was like, no, thank you. So him and his friends jumped there and he tried to bite her eye out. Or how about the girl in Atlanta who was on a scooter date with her man and a dude drove up in the car?
Oh, my Lord. You know what? I want to pause it to talk about these things because I see your comments, but we're going to let it play. Don't you worry. We're going to let it play. We're going to let it play. Oh, let freedom ring. Let freedom ring. We're going to let it play.
And tried to holler at her, and then she was like, no.
Because
so he
these
shot
are
her in the
because these are the stories that us foot on neckers have been talking about. I mean, neckers, foot on neckers. I don't know how neckers slipped out. We're going to talk about it, but I want to play the video.
leg. What about the girl who goes to LSU that they just found in the Mississippi River? You want to know why shit like that happens? Well, you know, when you're on a date, right, and a girl takes a picture of you, or she texts her homegirl who she's with and where y'all are going, or she takes a picture of your license plate. You want to know why shit like that happens? That shit used to offend me. But then it dawned on me that there's a lot of you psycho-ass niggas out there. And the most dangerous thing in the world for a woman is a man.
I can't wait till we discuss this afterwards. Oh!
Prophesy, Papa!
I can't wait till we discuss this afterwards. I'm bursting at the seams. But go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
But women are all over the place screaming, protect black women, and y'all like, oh, this is a false narrative. This is crazy. But then if I say I'm going to make a video about Kevin Samuels, y'all are like, protect this nigga at all costs. What? Y'all don't see how weird that is? Now, I ain't saying he gay, but y'all got some shit y'all might want to work out. And y'all are the same niggas that made me popular for calling Odell Beckham gay. There's no video of Odell Beckham out here fucking another man. We all laughed about me joking about him possibly being gay. But the actual thought that I might say that about Kevin Samuels got y'all niggas panties in a bunch. Now ask yourself why that is. I miss the days where Kevin Samuels used to talk to you beta ass, no male role model having ass men, and he used to correct you. I would love to find out who Kevin Samuels ran into to make him the way that he is, because he openly admitted that a lot of people were shocked that he didn't end up being gay because he was so effeminate, and the first time he really got to be around men is in college. I love how open this man is about it, and then when he saw that behavior in other men, he would check him.
Man, the fuck up. Get off this Disney rom-com bullshit. That's what has most of us single mother raised boys fucked up blue pill beta male soy boys. They ain't got the nerve to be mad at women because we bitches. Nope.
Why aren't those the Kevin Samuel clips that y'all like to play? Why aren't those the talking points that y'all like to repeat? Instead, y'all wait to glorify him once he starts winning arguments with women.
Listen.
So now he the godfather. But when he was digging a hole in y'all's ass and trying to make you be accountable men, oh, nah, he wasn't the godfather then. He ain't had the millions and millions of views or the followers then. See, you niggas is weak. You niggas is weak. Y'all the same niggas that ain't paying attention because you don't really want a woman. If you pay attention to Kevin's platform, he asks women all the time, do you want to pay significant bills after being pregnant? Every single woman says no. And you niggas go, see, they want too much. What kind of raggedy ass nigga wants to send his woman into the workforce after having his baby? Over 300,000 women die every year giving birth. And that's with modern medicine. And some of y'all are going, nah, that's third world country shit. Serena Williams is one of the richest black women on this planet, and she almost died giving birth to her daughter. Because doctors are more likely not to believe a black woman when she says that she's in pain. You ain't got to believe me. You can just look the shit up. But after a woman nearly gives her life and her body to bring life into this world with your genetics, you want her to go back to work so you can go half on the bills with this lady. You niggas are fraud. What, y'all don't remember what Kevin Samuels said about that?
So, because the real talk, you ain't got nothing. You can't provide for a woman. You can't provide for yourself. You got no money, no security, no insurance, no nothing. If you found the woman of your dreams, y'all got married next week. She got pregnant. Can you take care of a baby?
Yeah, potentially.
No, you can't. Not well.
Not well.
How much are you making at the bank?
I make about 1,000 every 2 weeks.
$24,000 a year. So you make $12 an hour.
That's
17.
about.
17.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait till we talk about this. I can't wait because the numbers are not adding up for me.
That's great for a 20-year-old, but it ain't shit for a husband and a kid. You broke as shit.
Yep.
Far too many dudes are broke. Cannot pay the cost to be the boss. Cannot pay 100%. Don't have 100% mindset, and you want 100% cooperation with ultimate femininity and submission. You don't get that.
When I posted that a man's supposed to pay all the bills, all you niggas lost your mind. Call me all kinds of simps and everything. Nah, see, you niggas just regurgitate whatever makes you feel good about not being the man you supposed to be. And that's why you're rah-rahing behind Kevin Samuels. Shout out to the men out there handling their business and understand what it is to be a man that's living in his purpose and is trying to have a family that he takes care of and be the man that he's supposed to be in his family and in his community. I'm not going to go back and forth and act like Kevin Samuels is perfect because I'm going to dissect that nigga in part 2. But what I'm saying is probably the worst part about the rise of Kevin Samuels is the nigga has done some productive things, but the bitch ass niggas that hide behind him going rah, rah, rah and disrespecting women and then hide behind Kevin Samuels quotes and stats and figures and opinions to try to make their point. Y'all some bitch ass niggas. Bitch ass niggas. The rise in bitch ass niggas is alarming. And I ain't even realizing until Kevin Samuels brought you niggas out. Now I see a lot of the shit that women be complaining about. But I'm done with y'all. On to Kevin, part 2.
Oh, righty then. All right. Whew. Okay. Now I let the video play through, right? So you all should be happy about that. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to play this video again and we're going to start dissecting it because there's a, you know, I give Ryan some kudos for beginning the conversation because he can't really come out too hard as a foot on necker just yet. Because, you know, we women, me, Cynthia G, Nyla, we're the foot on neckers, woman's fair, keeping our foot on the necks of these men, right? He can't come out. He got to slide in easy. Maybe he just doesn't really understand. And he said some things in there that I thought was a little problematic. And so we're going to go back to the beginning of the video. Let me see some of your comments. Come and say some of your comments. Bring your comments forward. Let's see what some of you have to say. I'm going to be reading Cash Apples on air live. I see Lisa has sent $2 for support. Thank you very much, Lisa. The link for the Cash App is in the description. It's $Tonya TKO, and you can send your Apple through and have it read. If you don't want your Apple read on air, you could just send it after we're off air, and I'll read it and send you an emoji back that way. So let me see some of your comments. What are your thoughts so far about what it is that we've heard? Come on, share the video. Let's have this conversation. I think I'm going to open up the phone lines in a little bit because I want to interact with you all live and see how it is that you all felt about this. I have mixed feelings because you can tell that he is in support of Kevin Samuels. He doesn't see the sheer hypocrisy and the harm that is being done when Kevin Samuels realized that he could get his bread buttered by beating down women verbally. He's also talked about, speaking of beating down women, remember the video we did where Kevin Samuels was like, domestic violence is a hoax, especially for black women, because he's only known of one woman who was in a relationship with a man where there was violence involved, and he said they used to fight each other. Remember, we did that video. We're going to do a commercial break later and play some of the problematic clips from Kevin Samuels. So it's like supporting, it's like remember when we did that video talking about the Proud Boys? And there were so many black women divestors who had come out and they were in support of the Proud Boys because they had done some things that were okay. Yeah, but if you look at the butterfly effect of these fringe groups and how it affects black people, black women, us as a whole. So yeah, so he says Kevin Samuels has done some good things. Let's go ahead. You think he's pandering, Shark? All right. So I realize, so you're not late. We're going to go through the video. You're right on time. Don't worry. You're right on time. Let's I'm exhausted already talking about this. So Fila is saying Ryan Davis is a famous comedian. He calls out black men, but he definitely supports Kevin. I'm tired of these dudes straddling the fence. KS is a horrible man, and Fila is male. Thank you, Fila. All right, let's jump back into the video. We're going to play it piece by piece, and then we're going to talk about what it is that we are seeing. This is awful, I'm telling you. This is awful. All right, let's start.
I decided to do a 2-part series on Kevin Samuels. And I couldn't even get started because as soon as I posted this picture of him, niggas started attacking me. Why are you using that picture? Why in the world are you attacking the Godfather? Why in the world do you got something negative to say about Kevin Samuels? You a simp. You a hater. You clout chasing. I haven't said a single word about this nigga yet, and y'all are ready to attack me because you think I might say something negative about your daddy. That's right, your daddy. You know, father figure, having ass niggas who look to this man that you don't know to speak for you, and you just rah-rah cheering behind him. Now, it's a lot of us men, right, who's out here handling our business, doing what we have to do, who have had an issue with women not being accountable.
That's where I would like to stop it and start having our conversation. So he supports Kevin Samuels because let's continue forward because he's going to say some other things that we need to add into the commentary.
If you look, last year I made a post saying that all these billions of people on social media, all these pages, and nobody is specializing in showing women accountability.
I feel, you know, sometimes you feel something rising up inside of you. You know how, have you ever seen like a tornado? That's what I'm feeling on the inside right now. I'm feeling just a tornado of just wind and dust just rising up from the inside. The fuck? Hold women accountable for what? I want somebody to answer the question. Hold women as a group accountable for what? Listen, I hold women accountable on this platform. I do. However, it's on an individual basis. You know why? Because what is it that as a collective women need to be held accountable for? We have people literally burning down the neighborhoods, harming people, their actions being a threat to the globe, to the population at large, harming women, children, elderly, making neighborhoods unsafe. What is it? What imminent danger? What imminent threat? What is it that women need to be held accountable for? What are some of the complaints that men have about women? Oh, that they file child support on very wealthy men and get sums that they feel that the women should not get. Oh, that what are so that they don't use the child support money, this, that, and that. What is it that women need to be held accountable for? It's like we already have so much attack of women. What is it that women need to be, quote unquote, held accountable for? Besides issues that exist with women on a case-by-case basis, women are not a national threat. 90% of the violence, 90% of the people forcing other folks to meet their maker, people assaulting others intimately, and you know we can't say the R word on here. The vast majority of these, we're talking about above 90%, are acted out by who? So it's like we're supposed to turn away from the national threat, from the personal threat. And he's going to talk about some of this, but he's not putting two and two together. Let's continue going forward. Let's continue.
Taraji P Henson, who was very pro-woman, and Jill Scott, who was very pro-woman, agreed.
So because Taraji and Jill Scott came out and co-signed, we don't know the severity of the ramification of any woman until she actually starts acting out. We don't know where on the scale of pick-me-ism a woman exists. I know that Jill Scott went on to Sotomayor's channel, or went to speak with Sotomayor, right? A raging, violent, malignant, narcissistic misogynist, right? I know that person has some mental health issues, right? I remember she went on looking for approval from him. That lets me know that the pick-me energy, that the cape is somewhere under the deltoids waiting to flap out. That lets me know that. So, I mean, Jill Scott is cool and all. We love her juicy, fluffy, sex positive energy. We love it. Yes, we love it. We love it. However, we don't know. We don't really know what lurks beneath because, as Cynthia says, we live in a black male worshiping culture. So we don't know. And Taraji, listen, we don't know. I don't know. We don't know until the test is put out there. So come on now. Come on. Let's continue.
Agreed with me. And people attack Jill Scott for agreeing with me on the post. Nobody has an issue with holding women accountable. So when Kevin Samuels came forward, it was a breath of fresh air to me. But what I didn't realize...
He came forward. God damn it. You know what the fuck? This is just so frustrating. He came forward and went viral for a video where he told a woman you're average at best. So if you don't want to die alone, you need to lower your standards. So when I ask, what is it that women need to be held accountable for? What it seems like men want women to be held accountable for is as it relates to what it is that they want from women. Not their safety, not their food supply chain, not the safety of their neighborhoods, not the safety of their children, none of that. But access to uman punani, that they want women to lower their standards and realize, bitch, you average. Listen, they come here trying to tell me what it is that they feel about my looks. I say, listen, wait for me to shoot my shot at you, and then you can tell me whether or not you want me or not. And because when you corner them, when they come in crawling, scuttering like little bugs on a wooden floor into the DMs, scuttering inside, trying to talk to you, they know. And if you come close to them, even in conversation with some of your feminine energy, they crumble. They crumble like cotton candy in a hot vat of water. That's what they just melt They're like, oh, just take me, Tonya. You know I really love you. That's how they be. Oh, even if you just speak to them, they're like, take me, I'm yours. They dig down and they're like, where's my wallet? They talk all this shit, but the moment that your femininity comes in contact with theirs, they melt. They melt like a cone. You know them damn wafer cones on a hot summer day, all down their wrist, in their elbow and armpits with the sticky substance wanting to get it onto you. They just melt. They know they do. But what they want is, they want sexual access. So they're like, this bitch think too much of herself. Why won't she take me with my mattress on the floor and my rat body stains across the floorboards? The roaches crawling on the ceilings. I told you that story about the man who brought a woman down into his basement. The man who lived so lowly and whose mother had so little respect for him that she had him living, he was living in the basement and she would send her dogs to go down there and defecate. And a young lady came over and he effed her on the couch filled with dog hairs and the smell of feces wafting through the air. She laid on her back and let this man penetrate in a shit-filled room. And he was like, well, I know she really down for me because she let me hit it. She ain't all about the money. But the thing is, them that want you to lower your standards, to lower your esteem, to be like, oh, I'm just an average hoe or thot or bitch or whatever misogynistic name that they decide to come up with for you. They want you to embody that and incorporate that so that you give them a chance to enter into your sacredness. Even Kevin Samuels talks about, and I've heard this, I don't listen to his videos, but people send me clips that are not attached to his page because I don't give my clicks over there. And he was like, oh, if you're not giving it up by the third date, what are you doing? So they talk about women having all of these babies, but then they want you to bust it open, skin it out, twirl upside down on a handstand for them by the third date. Come the F on. So that all a man has to do is continue with the facade. An hour on the first date, hour on the second date, and by the third date, you're supposed to know enough about this man to kino tunu punoni for him. You're just supposed to bust it open and let this N-word crack his penis inside of you in a shit-filled basement with the rankness of dog urine and feces, the stench wafting through the air, choking you as you lay there on your back with some man busting nuts inside of you in a shit-filled basement. That's what they want. They want your esteem to be so low that when they want access, they have access with little to no, what do you call that? With little to no barriers. I can't think of the right word, but we'll use that word for now. They want to be able to get inside of you, get inside your womb, get inside your goodness, have access to you in the ways that they will. What are the other ways that women need to be held accountable? They want women. Now, listen, if Kevin Samuels was working on creating healthy, functioning relationships, but by the time that you tell a woman that she needs to skin out her punani by the third date, you're on the wrong track, especially as a man. Maybe in the gay community, that may work, But the access to the portal of life, oh no, son, it don't work like that. Not at all in the least. Let's continue. Go back to the video. Let us continue.
Is how many bitch-ass niggas he was going to empower. All these niggas, if you ever see Kevin Samuels go live, just look at the live feed comments. Soon as a woman pop up, oh, she a 2. She don't deserve a man. Oh, she probably got 100 kids, whatever. All these no pussy getting ass niggas who ain't never had the bravery to speak to a woman can't do nothing but talk shit when Kevin is talking to these women. And men, us men who are handling our business and doing our shit, come on, be honest.
What did you think was going to happen? You know the nature of men. You know the nature of men. You know the energy that the average man vibrates at. What did you think was going to happen when Kevin Samuels came out to put women in their place? What you thought was going to happen? You thought that men were going to be like, oh, well, now is the time for us to go work on our issues. No, they're going to be like, yeah, beat that hoe down low so that she's low enough to be able to enter into my basement. The shit-filled basement with dog urine and feces wafting, choking you as you gag from back shots, gasping for air and the stench of feces. And the allergens of dog hair surrounding you, sticking to your back as some musty ass man spreads you wide open and busts his unclean nuts near you. Come on. What did you think was going to happen? You thought that this was going to raise the vibration of man? You thought that this was, what did you think? When he was like, oh, you're average at best, you're going to die alone when quiet is kept, son. The nurses in hospice speak a different story because we've seen it one by one. The dude from The Wire, the one we all love with the scar on his face, just died 50-something. Bismarcky, dead. Shock G, dead. Black Rob, dead. DMX, dead. Them dying. They're dying. Dropping like flies. 50 is the magic number. Half a century old, and that's it. What did you think was going to happen? Come on. When he tells a woman who has a child, who she has cared for, sans the participation of the other human being that created this life. No, her child would be by her bedside. Meanwhile, the Naker that impregnated her, running around in the streets like a rolling stone, wherever he lay his hat is his home, he's going to be the one. He's going to be the one being defibrillated in hospice care as they sit up there feeding him mushy peaches dribbling down his chin. And they're asking him, well, Mr. Samuels, there's no child coming to visit, no visitors today either? He's trying to holler, scraggly, stubbled white beard, emaciated arms sitting there, sunken into the bed because his glory days are behind him. Listen. Anyway, let's continue going forward. Let's continue.
We know these niggas. We know who these niggas are. They're the same niggas that troll us in our comment section. And all I'm saying is it doesn't matter if Kevin is doing a service, because if he create 3 angels in women by teaching them to be accountable, but in the end create 1,000 monster ass niggas that's ready to disrespect women on the back end, it's hurting what he's trying to do.
What is it that you think he's trying to do, son? I'll answer. If he make 3 angels in women and 1,000 devils in men, what do you think Kevin is trying to do? What do you think he's trying to do? You think he's really trying to help relationships? I mean, is there money in it? This is what I'm saying. Are the men investing in figuring out what it is that they need to do? Are the men investing? Because we see where the bread and butter is. Buttering their bread off the backs of black women. Oh, you average at best, bitch. Lower your standards now, ho. What did you think was going to happen? Calling women all types of bitches on his platform, making punching sounds as they're talking to him, slapping, punching, and women screaming sounds while the women are speaking to him, but not having the balls and bravery enough for the women to hear the punching sounds that you're playing. It's like, come on. What the fuck? What good is he doing? What good do you think he's trying to do? Because what is the solution? His only solution is for women to lower their standards. Think about it. What is the solution that he has for these relationships that you feel need to work? He said he's going to have him some young apprentices come and work for him. Remember when we saw that glitching out the bed? He said he's going to have young apprentice. I made videos already. If you haven't seen them, just search for Tonya TKO. And you can search for the word kitten heels, because I don't typically like to put his name in my video. So search for Tonya TKO and kitten heels. Come on, do that. Anyway, let's continue going forward. Exactly. Embarrass and shame women. Thank you to the person who just posted that. So, nursing homes versus hospice care. Listen, nursing homes cost money. All those senior living centers, they cost money. But we know that these men that people got to go putting a hat around in the neighborhood, kids they never took care of, having a heart for them to try to raise some money for a casket for their ass. So I don't know about nursing homes. Maybe they might be in the nursing homes too. But I know they in hospice, getting ready to go to Potter's Field in a pine damn box because ain't nobody coming to claim their damn carcass. Let's continue. All right.
You that I use this picture. Oh, he looks gay in that picture. Oh, that's why you're using it. Want me to use this picture? What about this picture? Maybe I should use this picture. The reason it doesn't matter what picture I use, because Kevin Samuels looks gay. He's not gay. The singer Neo.
This is the part that's laughable. Let me tell you all something. Don't bank on what somebody is gargling on in their bed in the middle of the night if you ain't there with them every night. We don't know what sun is. We don't know. Listen, don't bank on anybody else's sex, sexuality, or relationships. Don't do it. You better mind your business and just say you don't know. Don't bank on another man's dick, Ryan. I'm just letting you know, because you don't know what it goes in and out of or what's going in and out of him. You don't know. So just say, I don't know. You don't know what the man is. He can say one thing. Let's continue.
Had the same issue. He would take all kinds of pictures that make people question his sexuality. When men are raised by women and they don't have any male influence whatsoever around them, they tend to take some zesty ass photos. But Neo is married.
Listen. Go ahead.
With children happily. This nigga's fine. Kevin Samuels been married twice. He has a child. That nigga's fine.
Don't bank on anybody else's relationship, sexuality, or bedroom habits, baby. Let me tell you something. Having a family. Listen, I was watching this documentary once that said women have an amazing ability to be able to look at a man and see whether or not he bats full time. Or is, what do you call the people, that the pitcher that comes in for, what do they call, assistant pitcher, pickup pitcher, something. Whether he bats full time or is a pickup pitcher for the other team. Women have an amazing, something about the jaw. It might be from, they got that suction. Listen, I've spoken to enough men to know that there was a lot of experimentation that went on back in the days when little girls wouldn't, little boys would. This is what they say. When the girls wouldn't, the boys would. Listen, and they with their little balls all tingling down there. Somebody touched them in the right way. Somebody age appropriate, of course. In the summer camp and the Boy Scout on that summer trip away, in the locker room on the away trip. Oh, let me tell you something. Do not bank on the balls of other boys. Let me tell you something. Don't bank on it. Don't bank on it, because you don't know what is going on. You really don't. Let's continue. So, having a family. Listen, we could see. Listen. Cynthia G has made many of videos talking about how the community wants their boy back. So come on now. Let's not play the game. We see, and listen, there have been more than enough rumors about Neo. So I don't know what rock Ryan is under, but listen, honey, don't bank on another boy's balls. I'm going to tell you that from me to you, honey, because I get a chance to talk to men behind the scenes, and there are so many men out there who you would not know are gay, pansexual, pancurious, bicurious, trans-loving. There are a lot of you don't know. You cannot tell from looking at them. However, when there are several telltale signs, I'm just saying, water is wet. That's all I'm saying. Water is wet. Let's continue.
But you niggas is so scared of me saying something negative about your daddy. Because you ain't have no man to look up to. And now you seeing somebody stand up, you know what I mean, the women, like you couldn't do. Now all of a sudden you want to rally behind them. You know the most dangerous thing in the world for a woman is a man. The thing that hurts women more than anything in this world are men. That's why.
Every 19 hours, and some people are saying since that data was done that it's every 6 hours, but don't quote me on the every 6, because I have found every 19 hours a black woman is sent to meet her maker by a male. Every 21 of those hours, it is a black male. So when we talk about women needing to be held accountable, what is it that we're talking about women need to be held accountable for? Come on, stop this madness.
Why women continuously say protect black women. Look at the significant amount of black women who are sexually touched by somebody they know.
I just want you to see this. Let me move over so you can see this. I want you to see being reported by BET. Study: 60% of black females are intimately some words we can't even say on YouTube. ABUSED before they turn 18. A preliminary study from Black Women's Blueprint finds that 60% of black women surveyed said they were intimately harmed by a black man before they turned 18. 60%. That's if you line up 10 black women, 6 of them. The number used to be reported at 40%. Now it's gone up to more than half. So what is it that we feel in relationship to men and relationships that women need to be held accountable for? Before they even get a chance to fly in this world, their wings are already clipped by some pervert who is one of the people who touts the ideals of these men who claim that you hit the wall by 25. Come on. And you see how they go, oh, it's 25. Oh, it's 18. Oh, they're hitting the wall at 16. Oh, 12 is when they get that first menses. You've heard the videos. And if you haven't, let me know. I'll make a video especially for you so that you can see how they're talking about 12 is a good age. It's in the Bible. Come on.
Or someone in their family when they're young. The number is significant. Or the story about the black woman in New York who just wanted to grab a bottle of wine after work and a dude offered to pay for it. She was like, no, thank you. So him and his friends jumped there and he tried to bite her eye out. Or how about the girl in Atlanta who was on a scooter date with her man and a dude drove up in the car and tried to holler at her and then she was like, no. So he shot her in the leg. What about the girl who goes to LSU that they just found in the Mississippi River? You want to know why shit like that happens? Well, you know, when you're on a date, right?
I want you to show me, Ryan, please, Ryan. Show me the studies of rampant women going out there and murking black men. I just want show me. Show me the black men who women are just lining up to put in their trunks. You see, part of the reason that as a collective that women don't need to be quote unquote held accountable is because women are not engaging in behaviors that are by and large dangerous, physically dangerous to the population at large. Come on. It's like, what are you talking about? Where are all of these women with their bandanas on, grabbing up men in the middle of the night? And you're talking about news articles. How many women here in the comments has one, either been afraid to tell a man no, or 2, has told a man no or she wasn't interested and then he got scary, or 3, know somebody who has? Or you just avoid going out or avoid being around men, or you see them on the street and you just cross the damn street. It's like, come on, Ryan, why are you acting like these news stories? Come on. These are news stories. You don't have women in your family. This is what makes me feel that Ryan is out of touch. Because a man who is in touch, right? A man who is in touch is not really out there feeling Kevin Samuels because he has foresight to know what the fuckery calls towards. Listen, come on.
and a girl takes a picture of you, or she texts her homegirl who she's with and where y'all are going, or she takes a picture of your license plate. You want to know why shit like that happens? That shit used to offend me. But then it dawned on me that
it used to offend you. Like, come on. Your finger, you date women, you claim to date women, you claim you're doing the right thing, but your finger is not to the pulse of what is actually really going on out there. So that you used to be offended if a woman went out with you and text somebody to let her know where she was. The blood clot, I don't understand. It's like they don't think about these things until they have a daughter. Then they're like, oh, honey, make sure that you text me the license plate. Make sure that I meet this young man. Make sure that you bring him by the house. Make sure this, make sure that. And then they want to hold people. And they want to do all of this, right? But when you were out there dating, because I can only imagine maybe Ryan has a daughter or something who now he's starting to think about these things. But when you were out there dating, you were offended. I did not give a good goddamn, because I take license plates numbers. I send them to people. I even at one point take a picture of the license itself. Or I don't go. Because it's like even the license plate with some of these stolen cars and all this other stuff. One thing that I learned from looking at license plates, not license plates, licenses. I'm talking about government ID. One thing that I've learned from demanding government ID is that some of these people, like if you want me to get in a car with you and I don't know you, I need to see some government ID and I need to be able to take a picture of it and send it to somebody. And people who are uncomfortable with that, listen, I value my life. When I was in Harlem, I met a person who actually became a friend, and he wanted me to roll with him because we met at this lounge and bar. He seemed like a cool person and all of that. But when he gave me his ID, right, I took the picture of it, sent it to my sister, took a picture of his license plate, and he was like, you know what? I respect that. And he knew that I valued my life, right? But then he had already had daughters by then himself. So I don't know what it would have been like before he had daughters, but he respected it because he did have daughters and he would want his daughters to be out there safe. It's like they don't consider other men's daughters until they have one. Then they want other men to consider their daughters. What do you think, Ryan, my dear? Let me talk to you real quick, Ryan. Let me talk to you real quick. You see his face, the smirk. What do you think is going to be out there? I got the smirk now. What do you think is going to be out there for your daughters when it's time for them to start dating? Anybody who has a child or a daughter who is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you see what's out there? Your heart breaks for your daughter because you see the fuckery and you see the lack of genuineness. You see the lack of care, the lack of accountability, the danger, and the lack of acknowledging said danger in men. You see it. You see how they have this swipe right, swipe left culture, that your daughter is just another fucking number, picture in the goddamn lineup with nobody that they're going to be accountable to, that they swipe left and right on her today, go out, expect pussy by the third date, and then dump the B when it don't work out. Or when they don't get what it is that they want. Don't want to invest nothing in the little girl that you sent to ballet class. They don't want to invest nothing in the little princess that you have the little savings account put away for, saving up for her college. The little princess who you put her hair into those little afro puffs and invested in those little cute birthday parties and bilingual lessons and trips abroad and all of that so that she can see other cultures. They don't even want to buy your baby a burger. They just want to get inside her butt, fuck her in a basement with the stench of dog shit in the air. But you want your daughter to be different, right? Let's continue.
There's a lot of you psycho ass niggas out there. And the most dangerous thing in the world for a woman is a man. But women are all over the place screaming, protect black women. And y'all like, oh, this is a false narrative. This is crazy. But then if I say I'm going to make a video about Kevin Samuels, y'all are like, protect this nigga at all costs. What? Y'all don't see how weird that is? Now, I ain't saying he gay, but y'all got some shit y'all might want to work.
Right. So a flock of angry flunkies fluttering around the Godfather. But they got some stuff they need to look at. But him, he's straight because he had 2 marriages that didn't work out and a child that he has not cared for since she was 10. So he got the flock of fluttering flunkies flitting all around him with their balls in a bunch. But it's all of them who got some stuff that they need to work out. But not him, right? Not him. He's cool. Even though you see him in his cheerleader outfit, Fred, who likes, yeah. Listen, we see it. We saw it. Come on.
Work out. And y'all are the same niggas that made me popular for calling Odell Beckham gay. There's no video of Odell Beckham out here fucking another man. We all laughed about me joking about him possibly being...
Wait, these are 2 different men in this image. They got 2 different hairlines. I thought this was him in the mirror. But no, it looked like some man is bent over in front of him. Listen, don't bank on nobody else's balls.
But the actual thought that I might say that about Kevin Samuels got y'all niggas' panties in a bunch. Now ask yourself why that is. I miss the days where Kevin Samuels used to talk to you beta-ass, no male role model having ass men, and he used to correct you. I would love to find out who Kevin Samuels ran into to make him the way that he is, because he openly admitted that a lot of people were shocked that he didn't end up being gay because he was so effeminate, and the first time he really got to be around men is in college. I love how open this man is about it, and then when he saw that behavior in other men, he would check him.
Man, the fuck up. Get off this Disney rom.
Joaquin says, Tonya turned into a man-hating channel. You know, how long have you felt that it was appropriate to hang around a channel where you felt that you were hated? And if that's the case, big boy, why ain't you on those white supremacist pages, huh? Because you think that you have leeway over here to try to beat us in our backs with your balls. But I'm telling you, honey, ain't no softness over here for you. Ain't no softness over here. So if you feel that this is a man-hating channel, just go be where you feel that you're getting the love, the type of brotherly love. I don't know. Go there. Go do something. Go build something. The fuck you sitting up on my channel at 7 o'clock Eastern after work? You go to unwinding, or you didn't go to work today? Come on now, son. Get the fuck up off my page and go someplace where you feel comfortable. Because you don't run nothing over here. But see, boy, let's continue going forward.
Calm bullshit. That's what has most of us single mother raised boys fucked up blue pill beta male soy boys.
Beta male soy boys. All right, go ahead talking about people who eating too much soy. All right.
You ain't got the nerve to be mad at women because we bitches.
You heard that. We. All right, honey. Go ahead, bitch.
Nope.
Why aren't those the Kevin Samuel clips that y'all like to play? Why aren't those the talking points that y'all like to repeat?
You already know why.
Instead, y'all wait to glorify him once he starts winning arguments with women.
Why do you think that is, Ryan?
So now he the Godfather. But when he was digging a hole in y'all's ass and trying to make you be accountable men.
Interesting choice of words. When he was digging a hole in y'all's ass. All right, Ryan, the writing is on the wall, Rai. Why do you think it is? I mean, you're perpetuating the toxicity because you're giving excuse to and for it. You're like, oh, this problematic, polarizing, toxic, delusional figure, effeminate figure is doing some good, but he's empowering thousands of men to be out here wreaking havoc, thinking that they are high-value men pulling in what did he say, $1,000 every 2 weeks? We're talking about $500 a week. Let me tell you something, 40 hours a week. is $400 at $10 an hour. So I don't know where that guy came in with his math. We're going to wait for that math. Let's come in.
Oh, nah, he wasn't the godfather.
Can somebody do the math for that? If you're making $1,000 every 2 weeks, that's 80 hours, right? Or maybe he's not working 80 hours. Okay, maybe he's working part-time, but...
Then he ain't had the millions and millions of views or the followers.
Oh, here we go. Tonya has no brain in her head. I wonder who her fans are. Bunch of low-liffers. Bunch of low-liffers. Hey, to the block party for you, my dear. Block party. There you went. You're low-liffers. Talking about some low-liffers. You're a low-liffers. Low-lificent. Let's continue going forward.
Followers then. See, you niggas is weak. You niggas is weak. Y'all the same niggas that ain't paying attention because you don't really want a woman. If you pay attention to Kevin's platform, he asks women all the time, do you want to pay significant bills after being pregnant? Every single woman says no. And you niggas go, see, they want too much. What kind of raggedy ass nigga wants to send his woman into the workforce after having his baby? Oh,
I mean, you all remember Sugar Booty. You all remember Sugar Booty. Listen, well, if I could find the video right now, you remember the woman who was pregnant with twins, working 9 months pregnant. I believe she was working with UPS, and her effeminate man was sitting up there talking about my hair. You remember that? Look at your hair. You remember that video. If you don't, what's the title of that video? Let me think for a second. I think I may have put Sugar Booty. Was it Sugar Booty? He called her Sugar Butt something. Listen, he was so proud of her working 9 months pregnant with twins.
over 300,000 women die every year.
All right, let's make the widescreen come up so that we can see this. All right, so over 300,000 women die.
Giving birth. And that's with modern medicine. And some of y'all are going, nah, that's third world country shit. Serena Williams is one of the richest black women on this planet, and she almost died giving birth to her daughter. Because doctors are more likely not to believe a black woman when she says that she's in pain. You ain't got to believe me. You can just look the shit up. But after a woman nearly gives her life and her body to bring life into this world with your genetics, you want her to go back to work so you can go half on the bills with this lady. You niggas are fraud. What, y'all don't remember what Kevin Samuels said about that?
So, because the real talk, you ain't got nothing. You can't.
All right, we'll play that in a second. I'm going to read the apples in a moment. I just need to just take a quick little break because this is too much. We have men like Kevin Samuels asking, what do women bring to the table, right? Asking women, what are they prepared to do to fix the black community? He is not it. Samuels, Kitten Heels is not the answer. He's not the answer. Ryan touches upon it. Women come into your life making you immortal through her womb. Your legacy lives on. Every single human being on earth has come through the portal, which is womb holder. And yet you sit up asking, what does she bring to the relationship? And this has become normalized for black women, of course, because, you know, women who are melanin deficient, you know, they bring that melanin deficiency into the relationship so that these men can sanitize themselves, bathe in the blood of Becky, as Cynthia puts it. But that whiteness, the genes of the oppressor, are what they bring into the relationship, that so many of them are hoping to get so that they can wash themselves clean of the N-word genes. Listen, let's jump to a quick commercial break. Go ahead and send your apples because I'm getting ready to read them in a moment. Are you tired of missing Tonya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing a live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fickle platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now, you can show up early with the Tech Squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off-platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to TonyaTKO.com and click on text. Join the TKO Tech Squad today. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $22 a year if you pay in advance, $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance, you'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. TonyaTKO.com/text. Everybody, welcome back. I did go ahead and pull that up for you all who were curious about the video where the woman 9 months pregnant working and being praised. You all remember it. Remember this? Remember this?
And still making sure home is okay.
So this was the woman right here. 9 months pregnant with twins. Sugar Butt. See, that's the name right there. Sugar Butt. That was her name. Sugar Butt, right? These were the Harrells. Remember? Remember we spoke to them and got them on the show and all of that. Remember we got them on the show and everything, right? And remember her husband came out and I interviewed them because they wanted to come on the show. Remember? Let me pull up the video that we did of them just so you could just go look for it. The thing not give me the thing. Here. We interviewed them. If you look for the word pregnant in my videos, right? And then I followed up with them. 9 months pregnant. Let me see. 9 MOS, right? Remember we had a conversation, went damn, and he was zesty on the call too. Remember when we were out on the road and we was doing videos out there? Remember we had, and then we got them on the line.
Can you tell me what we're... Heard somebody saying don't apologize, and I'll say
5 minutes into the video. So
that's not the woman that I am, and that's not the woman that my daughter is gonna see or reflect either.
And blowing up on this video today. I appreciate that.
You see him zesty.
The way she loves me. I appreciate the way she.
You see him zesty, right? I don't know. I think this might have been part 2. And we had to get them back on the line because it had gotten disconnected. Look at him, zesty as he wanna be.
Where me personally, 4 months into being pregnant, I probably would have been at home. Where she even today, the babies have been kicking and rolling, has been still working, doing homework and whatever else she needs to do around.
So this was you all remember that. You remember the zesty interview that we did. Look at my face. Why my face look like that? I look so concerned. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about right there? Listen. This is what went down. We did, so let me see if I don't remember the name of the video. 9 month pregnant. You know what? Let me look up twins. So that's the only video I see. But you know what? I don't know. It could be either or. So let's jump back. But that's there. If you look for the word pregnant, you know, I need to here. So let's jump back into the video that we have with Mr. Davis here. Oh my goodness, what is that I hear? All right, so we have some in, right? And Lisa Donnelly sends $2 for support. We appreciate that. Thank you so much, Lisa. We love the love and support. And Carolee sends $3 and says, can't wait to hear what you have to say about this. We've jumped into it. Carolee. And Carolee comes back and says, last year, this man Cade his girl and kids. Wow, exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's so dangerous out there for women. And it's like we can't be free and live free because of the assaults enacted upon us by people with penises. But it's women who need to be held accountable for thinking too highly of themselves and not giving any bum access to their life and womb. Speaking of which, I've heard Kitten Heels refer to a woman as a used car now that she's had children. And this is coming from a father. Oh God. Uche sends $5 and says, Black women already proved ourselves. Black men need to be accountable. But, it's like in the delusion, they won't hear that. And T. Michelle sends $10 and says, thank you for clapping for pointing out the contradictions. Yeah, but you know what? There's still going to be men who are going to criticize me. You saw one man said, I hate men and this, but yeah, he's here in my midst, ready to melt like cotton candy in the damn ocean. Listen, fall back, side and sit down. Tam Danico sends $5 and says, being on Donald Trump said, get that SOB out of here. Wait, what? Who? You so silly. I don't even know. When did Trump say get that SOB out? Oh, is that what you're saying you would say? All right, let's jump back to this video. You can send the apples. I'm going to read them again in about 15 minutes. So let's continue with this mess here. Let's continue. All right.
Provide for a woman. You can't provide for yourself. You got no money, no security, no insurance, no nothing. If you found the woman of your dreams, y'all got married next week. She got pregnant. Can you take care of a baby?
Yeah, potentially.
No, you can't. Not well.
The delusion.
How much are you making at the bank?
I make about 1,000 every 2 weeks.
$24,000 a year. So you make $12 an hour.
The average
17.
is about to that.
17. So, okay. That's great for a 20-year-old, but it ain't shit for a husband and a kid.
Uh-huh.
You broke as shit.
Yep.
Far too many dudes are broke, cannot pay the cost to be the boss, cannot pay 100%, don't have 100% mindset, and you want 100% cooperation with ultimate femininity and submission. You don't get that.
When I posted that a man's supposed to pay all the bills, all you niggas lost your mind. Call me all kinds of simps and everything. Nah, see, you niggas just regurgitate whatever makes you feel good about not being the man you supposed to be. And that's why you're rah-rahing behind Kevin Samuels.
It's like he touches the precipice, but he doesn't really dive really fully in. Why do you think they're behaving this way? They're being empowered and emboldened.
Shout out to the men out there handling their business and understand what it is.
21% of Black men get married. 21%. 79% don't. You're talking about shout out to the men who are handling their business. How many Black men are really handling their business? We went to the Department of Labor's website and saw what the wages were. What are we talking about? If we know that there is an epidemic, look, they want people to stand up and march and take out their capes and become all superwoman when a Black man is murked every 23 hours by the police, but a Black woman is losing her life at the hands of a man every 19 hours. And where are you protesting out there for us? It's unbelievable. The wombs of society, this is too much. The women of the world, the reason for you all even existing and continuing to exist because of us. I'm sorry, I'm just depleted from this foolishness. I feel parched listening to this.
It is to be a man that's living in his purpose and is trying to have a family that he takes care of and be the man that he's supposed to be in his family and in his community. I'm not going to go back and forth and act like Kevin Samuels is perfect, because I'm going to dissect that nigga in part 2. But what I'm saying is probably the worst part, ain't even probably, the worst part about the rise of Kevin Samuels is the nigga has done some productive things, but the bitch ass niggas that hide behind him going rah, rah, rah and disrespecting women and then hide behind Kevin Samuels quotes and stats and figures and opinions to try to make their point. Y'all some bitch ass niggas. Bitch ass niggas. The rise in bitch ass niggas is alarming. And I ain't even realizing until Kevin Samuels brought you niggas out. Now I see a lot of the shit that women be complaining about. But I'm done with y'all. On to Kevin, part 2.
I'm sorry, okay. It's just a lot of dust. A lot of dust. You know, it took Kevin, how old do you think Ryan Davis is just from looking at him? You know, black don't crack, so you can never really tell a black person's age, but you can guesstimate it. Just by looking at dude, how old do you think he is? Let's get his face straight on. How old do you think he is? About 35, maybe? About 35, maybe? I don't know. Ryan, how old are you? I want to know. I sent you a DM, Ryan. Come talk to me. Come on here, talk to me, because I want to talk to you. I want to interview you. I appreciate you doing this video, but I have questions. It took Kevin Samuels and the crowd and the legions of lost boys. I am a lost boy from Neverland, running round in something, Peter Pan. I think I need to add one of those songs to my repertoire. You know, we have an album coming up. You think he's about 30? Really? 40-ish, some of you are saying? Okay, I don't know. You can't really tell. And then, sometimes when people are just not really, sometimes things can make people look a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? It took the legion of lost boys for him to realize that there was some BANs out there and that there's an epidemic of dustitude going on. Come on. I'm opening up the phone lines. I need someone to come save me because the tumbleweed about to start flowing again. I need you to come save me. Oh my God. How did he get that far? Phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. That's the number right there. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you have to say about this situation. Somebody said about 45. I tell you, you never know. You never know. Listen, Ryan, contact me. For those of you who know Ryan, tell Ryan, come talk to me. Tell him Tonya did a video and I just have some questions. Oh, speaking of which, let's look at what some of these comments are like. Because I heard that people roasted the hell out of him for daring to speak up on this effery. I heard that they gave him the business. Let's take a look and see what some of these comments are like over here. All right. We got to answer this call. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name?
Hey, Tonya, this is Pat. How are you doing?
Hey, Patty. How you doing, my dear?
Girl, didn't I tell you last week about the manosphere? Baby, I told you, Tonya, these men, when they talk about the accountability, I told you last week when I went to war with them, their thing is they want women to say, I'll give you the perfect example. If you lay with one of the Dusties, let's say you lay with them and you don't use protection and, you come up pregnant. They say, well, It's your fault that you got pregnant by Dusty. So take accountability for that. So basically, if you mess with us, you get what you get. So don't complain, black woman. Like you said, lower your standards. And guess what? If you lower your standards and you get some trash, well, then that's on you. So take accountability for that. I told you, these men are notorious, honey, and you broke it down perfect. It's all about what they want. They're very calculating, very manipulative.
I think I understand. I think I understand. So they want us to take accountability for picking bums, but they don't want to do what it is that they need to do so that they are more than just bums to pick from. Oh, my goodness. I had an epiphany. Thank you.
Papa. That's it. Prophesy, Papa. That is exactly
Here we go.
Prophesy, Papa.
That's
yes.
Right. That's it.
Thank you. I appreciate
gone to war
that.
with them. You are welcome, Tonya. Now you see what I was telling you last week. It is outrageous how these guys are. But let me just tell you something else, too. They know how to repackage and gaslight some of the women. And so what they'll do, and I told one guy, I said, you guys are weaponizing marriage. They'll say in one breath, well, we have access to marriage. So what they'll tell women is, you better watch out because you may die alone with a dog. So they do that to make women say, listen, if you really want a man, you're going to go along with what we say and what we do, and you will not have any judgment or bring us into accountability. You'll just take what you can get. It's very pimp mentality stuff.
Yes.
Very pimpish. Very pimp mentality stuff.
Yes.
Women need to really beware of the manosphere stuff. And what makes me sad is that you have so many women going along with the okie doke. And I'm like, sis, open your eyes. These men are not for you. They are not. These men are misogynists. These men are chauvinists. These men are sexist. And a lot of these men, guess what? They are women haters. And I do not say that lightly. But what it is they've learned to repackage it because they know if they want to say it how they want to say it, well, society will judge them as such.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of gaslighting going on with these guys. They're very dangerous.
And you know what? Listen, having a loyal dog by your side or a kitten to care for as you go into the twilight, that doesn't sound too bad to some people living out. You know what? If I could live on a mountain with a lake, with a sprawling backyard where I grow food in my garden, that doesn't sound too bad at all. Not at all.
Oh, it's very serene. And Tonya, before I let you go, I want to run one other thing past you. Another thing that they mention is this. Now, I don't want to name any names, like you say, don't name any names, but I'll tell you this. There's a group of the manosphere. They love to say, well, you black women are dealing with the hot girl summer. And you guys are promoting illicit and sinful premarital sex. And I said, well, so does Kevin Samuels. Because like you pointed out, he tells women to sit down in 3 days. So is he illicit? Is he sinful? This is not about morals. This is about these men getting what they want and you going along for the okie doke. Women, beware of the manosphere.
Exactly. And you know what? Considering what's out there, Hot Girl Summer don't sound too damn bad. I remember when they had Freakniks back in Atlanta and all these rippling bronze bodies was out there. Hot Girl Summer with all of this, because if you know what it is that's out there and you know what it is that some of them is good for and only good for, why keep it to yourself in there? Just go have your fun. Dance, tongue out, shaking. Just have fun. Why not? Because only 21% of these men are getting married. 21% of black men are getting married. You'd have to divest, go out there, live your life, do something, go to other countries, import a motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you do that, now you a hoe. You a hoe. If you do it.
Listen, I'll be that.
Tell you, bust it down in 3 days. Oh, well, no, honey, the hypocrisy
that's because, you know what? Cynthia always uses this phrase, king with no kingdom. That's because they want you to see something, quote unquote, special in them that they think exists without proving qualifying or vetting themselves, right? They don't want to be vetted. They don't want the truth to be revealed. They want you to be like, oh, I see something special in him. Let me give this intercourse to him, knowing that he knows in his heart that he ain't SHIT, right? Because listen, honey, best and believe we do vet. And that's why you don't make the cut. We vet. That's why you don't make the cut, son. And no amount of kitten heels and suits sitting up there in the lurches and the dark shadows telling women that they need to have low self-esteem is going to get you what it is that you want. Because you don't want the type of woman who's going to lower her esteem for you. You want the woman with the high esteem, because when those broke down Bettys come to you, you don't want them. It's like they want young, slim, trim, super fertile, who will pay half the bills, have a baby, sling the umbilical cord over her back, and just have the baby on her back like a knapsack. Take the umbilical cord, throw it over here, throw it over there, wrap the baby up, and just keep the baby on her back, connected and all, pussy bleeding and draining, and still be out there working so that she can bring home her half of the bills with a crying baby on her back, and maybe her titty will be long enough. But no, she's supposed to be young, so her titty can't be long enough to throw it over the shoulder to feed the baby. So I really don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how it's going to work.
They think they are the cat's meow, and they hate it when a black woman, especially a black woman, has esteem. They don't want you to have esteem. These men don't want you to have joy. But you know what? The devil is a liar. The manosphere, honey, is straight out of hell.
Exactly. Because you know what? When they find themselves in a room full of shirtless men with war paint on, talking about how women ain't this and men going their own way and all this other stuff, and they up there in that hot, sweaty room with N-words farting and feet smelling of death, of fungus and death, feet itching from touching the floor where other fungus foot has passed, and the filth and the sloppiness and the lack of warmth that exists, and they're in those rooms shaking, looking at these other men, looking at them. I mean, what they're gonna do?
Know what? See, his thing. I agree with Ryan. I agree with something that Ryan said. Ryan Davis hit it when he said, you know what? Some of these guys are a little zesty, a little suspect themselves. So, So some of them, I don't think, have come to terms with their own issues in that way.
You know what? The thing about it is, I wonder, though, because I think down at the base of it is this deep desire to be with women. But I think they're going to take the consolation prize of other men. Once they find themselves at these men retreats after they chase the women away, and they're there, and these other men are looking at them, and these men, listen, you know what? You just wait. You just wait till these men jump on them and start holding them down with all of that toxic aggression that nobody wanted to fix. When they go and they're looking at you and you the softest of the bunch, and then you got one man holding you around this arm and one man holding you around that and kicking your legs apart, you go right on the head.
Listen, thank you for the show tonight. I gotta run, but listen, great show. Keep on keeping on. And listen, when I get paid, I'm going to join that tech. Would you say the text notification? I called it tech support last week.
Listen, don't let people out there know you don't have $1.99, Pat. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do yourself like that you don't got $1.99 at this stage of life, my dear. Come on now. The text notification squad is $1.99, girl.
You know what, Tonya? Listen, I'm a woman who takes accountability.
All right, then. Well, we're going to have to make some changes. I'm going to have to find some ways for you all to make some money if $1.99 is a stretch. All right. I got you, girl. Thank you. All right. So we were going to look at some of these comments real quick. Oh, the phone line is ringing again. It's ringing again. All right. Let's grab this. Let's grab it. You're on the Air Live with Tonya. What's your name?
My name's Roxanne. Good evening, Tonya.
Hey, Roxy. Talk to us. What's your comment this evening? I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this topic. I wanted to bring out the fact that I know we're saying black women, but I find that these black men, at least here in America, it's like they have a different category for black women who come out of the Caribbean, because some of the men, they have come at me the way that we're discussing, and then I have to chat to them, about how they talk to me. I'm not a boy. I'm not one of your homeboys. You're not going to greet me as such. And then they straighten up. Also, the little game that they running, they know they're running a game. And then when they talk to me, they put that to the side. And it's interesting because I watch American black women, by American I mean generationally been in this country. And when they try to speak up for themselves, the young black men, they just beat them down as to how dare you try to stand up for yourself. But see, when I do it and I have to bring on my patois, they don't beat me down. Actually, I watch, because, where I live is a lot of black people, I watch one black male tell another black male, do not argue with her. And it's interesting. And by the way, these same black men who want these young black females, or who run through them, because that's what they do, they run their trains through them. When it comes time that they decide that they want to have a wife, that they want to have children who they want to raise, the traditional white picket fence, they're not choosing black women. They want to choose women of other races. So there's something wrong with how these black men were raised. Some of them may not have had fathers, I understand that. But what did they watch their mothers go through?
Hold on. The majority of black men are with black women. What do you say to that? Because if you look at the data in the Census Bureau, most black men who get marry black women. I think it's about 80%.
But what I'm saying is, we're saying black women, but I'm making a distinction between African American black women and black women from other countries.
Well, I don't, but no, I'm talking about marriage. How does that relate?
No, I'm talking about your study. So you mentioned the studies that most black men are married to black women.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that by black women, what's the definition of black that we're using? Because I'm saying African American versus women of other nationalities who also
in the
are black.
census, it's not really differentiated in the census. I believe they do separate black non-Hispanic in the census. So we're talking black, but from other countries, I don't know what that number is. And so
that's the distinction that I'm making.
But let me ask you this question. What is it that makes you think that the black men who are getting married are choosing black women from other countries, islands, or nations?
Based on what I've seen, there is almost, I don't want to say they respect them more, but it seems as if they tend to respect the women from the Caribbean or black women from other nationalities more than they respect black women from here. I don't watch, I don't watch a lot of Mr. Kittens videos, but I remember one of the videos, he was comparing African American women to Caribbean women and how they carry themselves, how we carry ourselves, and how black women here don't carry themselves the same way. And I thought that was a really unfair comparison because he's beating down the same women he wants to help and comparing it to women who more often than not grew up in homes with fathers and their parents were married.
All right. So let me just say this as a person who is Caribbean American, right? Because I know sometimes people who are of Caribbean descent, they get together and they start talking and we start hierarching one another, right? There are a tremendous amount of problems that exist in relationships in the Caribbean between Black men and Black women, especially as it relates to infidelity, also child assault, the normalization of assault of children, intimate assault of children, right? And there is, as we sit here, right? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't done the research or seen the data or done any studies or samples about whether or not a man who is going to be disrespectful is going to temper his disrespect based on the nationality of the Black woman or her parents, right? Unless there is, a male figure around that this person is afraid of. I don't know. I don't know if there is a familiarity that breeds contempt. I don't know. However, one thing that I do know is that bums are going to bum and nakers are going to nake. So if he's going to nake, he's going to be a bum wherever it is that he's going to be allowed to be a bum. And that it's really up to a woman to see the red flags and the telltale signs of bumtitude and avert her gaze, go elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like I've not had the displeasure of interacting with too many bums. Right? Very few bums. Most of the men that I interact with are men of a certain caliber because of what it is that I look for. But there are men out there who may attempt to disrespect me. And I don't know if he's going to be like, Tonya, where your father from? Oh, let me disrespect you now or not because of where, my parents may be from or what's on my birth certificate. I don't know. But you're saying that that's your experience, so I respect your experience. But you're saying that because people feel online that you are Caribbean or Caribbean American, that they will tell other men not to argue with you. How do they even know? Do you have like a flag up?
Oh, yes, honey. I have it on my car.
Interesting. So you have a flag
first thing you
up
see
and then
besides
they
the color of my car driving is my flag.
But I'm talking about online. So how do the people online know that you are Caribbean?
Oh, the people online, they don't know. They don't know until I tell them. So the experience I was giving you was in real world experience.
Oh, in real world.
In real world, because
Gotcha.
the people online, here's what I find about people online. They'll say all kinds of things or type all kinds of things, but then if they ever have to say it in front of your face, they're too coward to say it.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't really, some of what people type online, I take it like a grain of sand. I go by real world experience. Right. What do I see in front of me? And I have rose tinted glasses. And by the way, everything you said about the Caribbean is true. All communities, all countries have their issues and problems very similar to the United States. However, if you don't research, right, if you don't research that country, you won't know it. All you would know is the people who immigrated to the U.S. and what you have access to see.
Okay. Well.
And a lot of times they're basing their judgment on access to see. It is.
Well, I want to. We've gone over your time for the call, but
I'm so sorry.
No, it's quite all right. But I wanted to ask so I can understand just a little bit more. So you're saying that the flag that you have up in your car is a deterrent to people disrespecting you, and that you have witnessed Black American men disrespecting Black American women and then turn to you and say, oh, leave her alone because they saw your flag or you were speaking patois to them.
Yes. And sometimes if they don't see the flag.
Where were you at that you saw Black men disrespecting another group of women and then they turned to you? Where was this?
So I lived in Minneapolis. And then in Detroit. I also had the opportunity to go to the South as well, travel throughout the South in my car.
No, I mean,
Um,
what type
and
of event were you at, or what was it a festival? I want to know, how did you witness
um,
the disrespect of someone else over here, and then they were going down the line being disrespectful, then they saw you, looked at the flag, and they were like, "Oh no, leave her alone." So what type
I,
of event was it that there was a procession of disrespect going down the line of women?
a lot of it is my college experiences.
So in
So
college,
these are on college campuses.
okay. So on the college
Um,
campus, you would see, so you were at like a party and you saw men disrespecting women.
yeah, or just in general conversation, not even a party. Just in general conversation, how women are greeted, how they're talked to. Um, some of these dudes talk to the women like they're dudes themselves. Like you do realize you're talking to a female. There's a certain way you should speak to a female. At least that's how I was raised.
I need an example so I can understand. So give me an example. You were at an event and these
So
black men were
I
being
I give you
disrespectful. Mm-hmm.
I give you a baseline example, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't tell you who I was, you wouldn't know who I was. Like no flag, no anything. You come in and it's, hey, what's up? Excuse me. I will correct you, and I'll turn around and look and see who you're talking to. And if you talk to me, I'll say good afternoon or good evening, or because we're not where I was raised. You don't greet someone what's up, especially if you're a man talking to a female.
A
You
woman.
know, and right.
I'm
You
confused as
don't.
to why you're
It's
calling
not like
women
we're brother and
females as
sister or
well.
cousins, right? Right. So you don't know me, and I've walked in, and you're greeting me like you're greeting some dude on the street.
But I don't see what that has to do with your nationality. And then also, I'm
So
confused as to why you're calling women females. You're calling men men, but women females.
um, I have no explanation for that as to
Mm,
why I do that. Sometimes I'll say male, and sometimes I'll say women. I use them interchangeably,
got you.
but
Got
I
you.
don't mean anything negative
I
by
got
it.
you. I got you.
Um, I will say one thing I learned by being in Michigan
Mm-hmm.
when I stopped, because I did take the flag off of my car. One thing I learned quickly was that even though I may not have the flag or people can't see it, I've been told, well, you're not one of us. You don't speak the way we speak. You don't, and I'm speaking just how I speak every day, right? You don't speak the way we speak. You don't look like one of us. And that still to this day, it confuses me because if you ever saw me, I have melanated skin.
Okay.
I'm dark skinned.
Okay.
So there also may be something about me that when you come to New York or encounter me, even without a flag, I'm not. Some have said you come from somewhere, Roxanne, but it is not here. It's not America,
Got you. So you think that
as it was
women from
put
the
to me.
Caribbean get treated better by Black American men than Black American women?
Yes,
I would need you to show
yes.
me evidence of that. I'd need to see evidence of that because, you know, a means to an end, right? I'm going to say this and we're going to jump to the next call. But a person who is just not a decent person can try to hold up a facade for a little while, you know, to be able to gain good favor or to set a certain impression. But the proclivities, those things are embedded in who the person is. So a man who is going to be a bum to Sheila is going to be a bum to Petra, is going to be a bum to Becca. You know what I'm saying? It's like bums are gonna bum and nakers gonna nake. And it's like, it's not so much about who the woman is, but who the man is, because a woman cannot make a dog a cat. Dog is gonna be a dog. No matter what flag you're spinning, like a dog can pretend to be a cat for a little while, but at the end of the day, the dog is gonna start barking. Didn't you see that Chinese zoo that had that big fluffy dog with a fake mane around its neck trying to pretend that it was a lion, and then the lion started barking? I mean, it's like they could suppress for a little while, but at the end of the day, it's like a woman doesn't make a man who it is that he's going to be. You know, he can try to hold it up to get her, hold up a facade to get her or to woo her. But at the end of the day, his programming has been embedded in there from the time that he was 8 years old.
I do agree with you. I would say this. People can change. And this is from what I've seen personally. When a person or a man chooses that he wants to change to get whatever it is he desires, he will do it.
And I'm telling you this, right?
And I'm not saying a woman is making him change, but
this is what it sounds like. This is what it sounds like you're saying, because think about how difficult it is for you to break a habit that even you want to change. All of us want. The January 1st came, everybody said they was working out more. Then by March, the belt loop was they was like, F it, I'm just gonna put another hole in the belt loop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a person can want to change, but change, I'm telling you, as a life coach and a certified clinical hypnotherapist, change takes effort. It doesn't take a woman's beauty or the country she's from or her cursing us out, or it doesn't take that. It takes a person going into deep behavioral change, going to see a therapist and working deeply on their issues. And what I don't want you to do is go out there and think that you get in the pick of the litter that somebody else didn't get if this person has not really truly invested the time in doing the work. And I love you, Roxanne, and I want you to go out there and be great, but don't think that a person who says they want to change is going to change simply because they say it. They have got to do an intense amount of therapy, work, behavioral change, all of that.
Oh, I believe you. I do understand. I understand that. I want to thank you so much for taking my call and speaking with me. One last thing I wanted to just maybe throw out there is value. You know, what a man values, or what some of these men value. If they don't value the person that is in front of them, whether it's a black woman or a white woman or, you know, wherever she's from, then they're not going to care. What I am concerned about is that the black men, American men, not valuing black African American women and putting all other women above their women. And by all other women, I don't mean just white women, but women from other nationalities or women of color.
Do you know who Cynthia G is?
Yes.
Do you watch her videos? She got a series.
I watch them from time to time, yes.
She got a series that goes, they got the same black men that black women get. And what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to think that change is a matter of what they value. Because a person doesn't treat you the way they treat you because of who you are. They treat you the way they treat you because of who they are. This is why out of wedlock birth rate in the black community, what do you think it is? What do you think it is in the black community here in America?
I think maybe 80%, 83%.
About 70%, right? About 70%. What do you think it is in interracial relationships, abandonment of biracial babies? These men who these women are their preference. They value that white skin. They want that white skin. What do you think the abandonment rate of biracial babies is?
If not the 70% you listed, then higher than 80%, 85%.
According to stats that Cynthia G states, it's 90%. 90%. It's almost 100% abandonment. So they value that white skin. They want those biracial babies, but they don't have, listen, having successful relationships is not an accident. And it's not something that you just come by because of good wishes and what it is that you want. It takes training yourself to be a good partner. You don't just become a good partner because you're super attracted to a person or you value them as a human being. You become a good partner through doing the internal work on yourself, practicing how to be a good partner and doing that give and take, learning a person. That it, like being a good partner is more than just wistful thinking. And I don't want you to go out there thinking that it's what it is that he values. He does not treat you how he treats you because of who you are. He treats you how he treats you because of who he is. And at the end of the day, when all is said and done and that facade is let down, you got the same black man that did not do the internal work before that. Same one. Regardless of how bright your flag is, how many colors are on there, how good your punani is, how wet it is, how long your hair is, how straight it is, how tall you are, how thin you are, how big your titties are, how small they are, how flat they... Look, even Beyonce got cheated on. Come on.
This is true.
Come on. Who could have a woman more desirable than that? There's a saying that men talk about new punani, right? And he's like, no matter how beautiful a woman is, there's some man out there that's tired of effing her.
This is true.
Anyway, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you for having this phone call with me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and we'll see you later. Thank you, Roxanne. What is that? Welcome. We have lots of apples that have come in. All right, let's read them. So Paris sends $1 and says, women need to hold women accountable individually. You know, people need to hold themselves accountable. Damn it. Policing other people. Let's hold your damn self accountable. But yes, if it's going to be left up to someone, you know, it's not going to be some low vibrating group of people who have so many problems amongst their gender that why are you going to avert your time from taking care of the imminent problems in your gender to go look at women? T. Michelle sends $5 and says, Stevie Wonder can see that KS is gay. Listen, can he? I guess by the time he hears his voice and he's like, hey, Stevie. What them lips do? Okay. No. Let me not be that way. Let's continue. Julie sends $10 and says, KS show is based on his childhood trauma, narc. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for your comment. T. Michelle sends $3 and says, most black men don't know their purpose. I think most human beings don't know their purpose. And I think that there are extenuating circumstances that exist out there. Oh, just in daily life, child. Rayan sends $5 and says, KS mom became used car. Dad has 10 kids, allegedly. Lord have mercy. So his father sound like, the sperminator, just this gross. And he probably wasn't taken care of. That's probably why he ain't taking care of his child. Rayan sends $1 and says, continue, KS dad left him and mom blowing in the dust. No wonder he feels that way. He probably thought his mother was used up. All right. Angela sends $5 and says, he be in the dark, so it's difficult to clock him. Clock him doing what? Clock what? Clock which part? Because we could see the mannerisms. We could hear the voice. Oh, I'm trying to put all right, there we go. Let me, I'm going to try to use my pointer because my finger is not. Let's see. Tony. Oh, my thing. This ain't working. I need to use my finger then. Tony sends $2 and says, bragging about being at the top of the bottom. Child, listen. If that ain't one thing, I don't know what is. If that ain't one thing. Oh, that pointer is not working. I got to just try to use my finger. All right. There we got it. Nicole sends $20 and says, thanks for the life lessons and reflections. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's see. And then we have Jennifer who sends $2 and says, for being balanced, not biased. Well, I am biased as well. I'm both. In the yin, you have the yang. Ain't nobody all one thing. All right, so B sends 13 pounds or 12 pounds maybe and says, we thank the goddess for your patience. Is that right? Thank you. Thank you. And Tiffany sends $5 and says, a lot of Caribbean people think they better than AA. And you know what? That's part of the brainwashing from Massa. Massa has trained us well into thinking that one is better than the other. People in African countries, some of them don't even realize that they're our ancestors. They don't even realize that we're the lost and stolen people. They're like, laughing at African Americans. And I'm like, you need to be thinking, what happened to Nigerians that after a few generations here in this godforsaken land that they turned out this way? Or among these godforsaken people, because the land is probably good, but they stole it. And so much blood on this land. All right, so where were we? We were looking at the comments. So let's take a quick look at what type of comments he had gotten in on this post. Let me make this larger so that we can see, and then we're going to check his IG to see what people were saying on the post. All right, so people are saying, this is an awesome point you made. I was on a date with a woman and she called her mom on FaceTime so she could see me. I never took offense because I completely understood. And then it's a whole lot of hurt ends in these comments. Let's see. I heard they were clowning him on IG, but this is okay. You can tell these Negroes have some built up tension. If you hate women, say so. Don't use KS. Okay, so the comments on Facebook are supporting. You said some good stuff, but you also went off the wall with some stuff as well. I've been with my wife for 11 years and you can't force nobody to do anything. If a woman wants to work and pay some bills, that's her choice. It does not make a man less than. You know, he talking about himself. If your wife just had an 8-pound person bust out her punani hole and you send her out the door with the umbilical cord still attached and baby crisscross strapped with the umbilical cord and then the afterbirth thrown over the other shoulder, you failed. You failed. Goodness. And people are like, oh, this comment section. Ew, Zoe and Corey been holding women accountable for years, LOL. Relationship experts, whether male or female, black or white, tend to bring out the worst in people on social media. This is why I don't take none of them seriously. People and their rhetoric to attack folks. This is going on. All right, let's take a look. I want to see what it's like on IG. Let's take a look and see what the comments are like on IG. I'm going to take a look and see because, you know, let's see. I'm going to go to IG and then search Ryan Davis. All right, here we go. Ryan Davis. Let's take a look and see. Oh, zesty. All right, so let's see what we have over here. So this post right here, let's see what the comments are like. Oh, let's pause this and see. All right. Man, you point like a spinning, man, you on point like a spinning vinyl. Ryan, you always be one of my faves. You better spit them facts. All right, let's see what else we have here. I have no issues with this message. As Pop always said, only a hit dog will holler, carry on. That is all ether. This Neo was sitting at home minding his business and caught a stray out of nowhere. Those were some zesty ass pics, though. This man said zesty photos. I can't breathe. The facts. Okay, so listen. So people are agreeing with him. They agree with him. It sounds like he has the support. It sounds like he has the support of the people. So he's doing all right then. I can't believe real SHIT is funny to y'all. Ryan is one of the top comedians without jokes. He just be shooting the shit, speaking his mind. Well, he's doing something right, apparently. When he said, your daddy, I screamed. I don't see any critical comments. I see only comments somebody, Renee is saying, let's get back on Kevin and Ryan track. Girl, you need to be on the text notification squad, child, because we played that video 2 times. We've been on here for 2 hours almost. So we're going to jump out of here because we want to keep the video at a reasonable length. I appreciate all of you for coming out. I'm not in the mood to dance this evening. I'm feeling so tired after this video. Honestly, I was really just dehydrated during that broadcast. But listen, you know, I can't pass up a good song. So what should we do? Some Caribbean music or some funk? What should we do? What should we do right now? What should we do? Let's see. You know that always puts me in the mood to dance. Hey. All right, listen. Hey. Let me see if I can get my party lights on. Hey. Let's see. Hey. Let's see. Should we have some? Does that look okay? Nope. Let's see what we got here. Nope. Let's see. Uh-oh. All right. I don't know. I think we're going to go right here. Come on. How much time we got left on the song? Let's see. All right. Here we go. The music stopped. Oh, that's too bad. All right, I'll see you all later. I'm just joking. We'll dance, we'll give the lessons, and then we'll come back and dance some more. All right? So let's see what we have here. Let's see. All right, here we go. Hey. All right. Let's get these comments up on the screen. Here we go. Hey. All right. So let's talk about the self-love lesson. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, what? Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is what? What is the self-love lesson in this video? I would say the self-love lesson for me in this particular video is appreciating when people uphold an ideal that is important to you. Appreciate that, but don't become blinded by the fact that there may still be some problematic parts of the things that they're ignoring. This is a good first step. We'll listen to what it is that he says in part 2, right? So let's wait for part 2 and then we'll do another breakdown video. You know what I mean? I want you all to type what your self-love lesson from today's video is. And I want you all to throw up your boxing gloves, throw up your dance emojis, get up yourself, and bust a groove. Why not? You know, life is short. Listen, come on. Hey, we're gonna do some funk now. Come on. This dance just looks so funny. Somebody said I danced like a white girl in the last video I danced for you all in. I don't care. White people be having fun when they go out dancing. They don't care about the
party vibe up in here. Come on. Get up. Get up, you all. Get up. Get up, get up. Get up. All right. I'm going to try not to laugh. Hey. Hey. You remember Aunt Viv? Hey, you all know where this is from. Aunt Viv. Come on, bump it up. Bump it up. Hey, bump it up. Bump it up. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Hey. Oh. Oh. Oh, I still got more time on the song. Here we go. I thought it was ending. Hey. Ooh. Come on. Hey. 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 What you know about? What you know about? Hey. 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 My Chicago people in the house, you know about that two-step? Hey. 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 Woo! All right. That is what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to do the robot. Oh, that was so much fun. All right. Like I said, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, what? Love yourself. And part of loving yourself is doing what's right for you. Listening to messages that fill you from the inside. And not giving your clicks to people who don't. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. All right, listen, I appreciate each and every one of you so much. We'll have a little bit of a dance, a little bit more before we get out of here. All right? One more again, get up. If you didn't get up before, get up on this last one. Come on. Come on, step with me. Come on. Hey, 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 hey. You know how to do it if you're from Chicago? Hey, you know. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Oh, you know. Hey, 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 hey. All right. Hey, hey. Oh, it's electric, y'all. I don't even know how to do the electric slide. I'm one of those people that be like, watching other people to be like, oh, 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 oh. All right, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out. You made the broadcast what it is. Thank you. We have one last apple before we jump out of here. This is the last apple right here. Hafiz sends $10 and says, just showing some support and expressing gratitude. Hafiz, we love you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate that. Uh-oh, somebody trying to spam the comments. Somebody said I'm hilarious. Listen, somebody said don't talk while I'm dancing because it'll make me more tired. But listen, it's okay. Because sooner or later, your heart got to catch up with what your body want to do. Right? Doesn't that make sense? Your heart got to catch up rather than doing less, do more till the heart catch up. Oh, I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you for coming out to this video. A lot of you wrote to me about doing the video of that woman who was happy that her 7 children got taken from her. We might do that early tomorrow, but if we want to do more than one video in a day, I got to come out early to do those. Tomorrow's Saturday. So it's a good time to come out. For those of you who know, I'm working on this behind the scenes, the Total Knockout Vegan Makeup Pack. So everything is going to be vegan in the makeup pack.
except for the lip pencils, which have beeswax in them. So I put a asterisk next to vegan, and this is just the temporary, that's just a draft of the design, but we're working on getting that for Christmas. And so it's going to be everything that I wear on my face to get me this look that I have today. And so we're working on that. So just keep your fingers crossed for that. I know a lot of you want that, so I'm working on getting a, you know, when like when you're a creator like me and you have, you know, a platform, when you go to do, like, people are like, oh, why don't you just do the vitamin E? So I'm working on getting the vitamin E done as well. It just, the sheer number, because you know how I got propelled into business. I had 2 shea butters and 150 people bought. So I know that I need to be prepared. And so getting packs together, we're talking about hundreds of pieces of each part, hundreds of shipping labels, hundreds of bags, boxes, and ways to pack all of this together. So working on that is more than just, oh, let's just sell some stuff. You know, it takes a lot of moving pieces in order to get the stuff done. So I am working on getting that together for you all. And I appreciate each of you coming out. We're gonna have a Tonya TKO after dark one of these days, but today is not gonna be one of those days. Oh my goodness. All right. I appreciate you all very much. And you know I'm going to be selling the vitamin E because you know that I don't have on foundation. You know that I have a little glowy, I have a little highlight on my forehead area. But other than that, you know, I don't wear foundation, et cetera, et cetera. So I want you all to be able to have beautiful skin like mine. So I will be selling the vitamin E. I'm working on getting all of this done, and all of the moving pieces takes a lot behind the scenes. So that's why you haven't really seen me making as many videos as I have before. So on another note, I'm going to get out of here. And oh, y'all want a group hug? Here, hug me. Ah, love. All right. And I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Peace. That was so much fun. I can't find my mouse though.